Chris Pawell and his revolutionary plan to cut your carb cravings in just 7 days. So, Chris, what are the biggest misperceptions about cutting carbs and weight loss?
Well, everybody thinks that carbs cause weight gain. Everybody does. And so it's common sense that most people think, well, if they cause weight gain, I'm just going to cut them out altogether. Right. And while that does give you instant gratification, it gives you quick results, it does a lot of damage in the long run. It lowers your metabolism, and ultimately it sets you up for more weight gain later on.
So if I can, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens inside of your body if you eat too many carbs. So this is a typical lunch spread for many of our viewers. Exaggerating, of course, but this is what a lunch might look like for some folks, unfortunately. And I've created a model of your body here. Right? And remember, the key thing about carbohydrates is you have to have some carbohydrates in order to live, in order to give you energy. That's this area right here. The right amount of carbs will give you all the energy in your body. You'll be really happy. If you have too many carbs, you go up here. And it turns out, I'll come back to this, too few carbs, and you'll be down here too. You'll also get heavy, right? So the problem with carbohydrates, and go ahead and have me some.
All right, here we go.
You have a cup of carbohydrates, some donuts.
How about some donuts here?
Typical breakfast meal for a lot of Americans, right? So you got your breakfast in here, and a little lunch, and a little bit more, and you're not in a good mood. Your boss is giving you a hard time, all right? And your spouse didn't call, and the kids are being bad, right? And now, right? So guess what? Guess what? Crazy as it sounds, but then the day doesn't go. But then the day doesn't go. But then the day doesn't go so well. And now you're starting to build up a little bit too much energy, and then
let's get some bagels in there.
The big issue happens. Now that you've pushed yourself a little too far, and give me some of those. Oh, this is the.
Here we go. Some French fries. French fries, anybody? Yeah.
Fried onion rings, right? You pour these babies in here, and now you've got fat. Too many carbohydrates, more than you're supposed to have in your body, and your body can't burn it off. And it just turns to fat on your hips, your thighs, under your arms, all those places you all are frustrated about. Now, you all know this. It's not rocket science. But what you don't realize is, although too much carbohydrates will cause your body to do this, and sort of, that avatar grows to the size you don't want to see yourself, the reaction to most of you is what Chris just said. You go on a diet. Going on a diet in America today often means cutting out the carbohydrates. So you cut the carbohydrates out, all of a sudden we start getting rid of some of those things that you had in there. And
let's get that out there. Come on.
All that stuff comes out. Sometimes you poop it out, sometimes you burn it out. Then you get up in there and get it out there. Oh, gosh.
There we go.
There we are. It's making progress.
Shoot.
There we are. Give me a few minutes here, guys. It gets easier.
But you can see the metabolism going down also.
Yeah. And when you finally get to the end of your program and all the fun stuff starts to come out, now you've got an issue. With no carbohydrates in there, except a few of those leftover French fries that you give yourself just to deal with the craziness that you feel emotionally, your body begins to feel sluggish. And why is that? And this is where I got the medical unit to go through all of Chris's research. The thyroid gland actually slows down. So as your metabolism drops, right, you're doing the best you can to hold on to what's going on. But guess what? You're still gaining weight. And that's the crazy part. You're going on a diet and you look like this, which looks scarily like this, right? You look the same, but the difference is here, you're doing everything you think is right. You're holding back, not eating the carbs, avoiding the temptation, not going for the carb cravings, and you're still gaining weight. So you throw your hands up in the air and you say, Dr. Oz, I can't lose weight. Nothing works for me. That's the headache that so many of you have faced. That's why Chris is here. That's why we're doing this 1-week program today. So what is the right amount of carbohydrates to have in your diet? Remembering that the problem with carbs is it's hard to stay right here because they're addictive. So it's hard to just eat this much carbohydrates. You almost always are pushed to this level.
Right. And the thing is, like, when it comes to measuring, once again, that's not very realistic. We're not going to sit there and measure everything out to the T, and I can give you the numbers, but at the same time, let's be truly realistic about this. That's the beauty of carb cycling, is that I can give you a high carb day where we can actually increase those carbs and boost it past that low energy line, boost that metabolism back up to here. Then we have the low carb day, and it starts to drop back down. But before we can actually start to press that metabolism, we have another high carb day. So that's why it keeps us in the energy zone. You get it? You guys get it? Yeah.
All right. We're going to talk about this. It's coming up. Are potatoes your go-to food? Well, if so, you are not alone. Why Chris's plan will work for you no matter what. That's next.
Coming up, are you a carb junkie?
In 1 week, I can help you cut your carbohydrates.
Chris's plan to curb your cravings.
You have a high carb day and you got a low carb day.
5 meals a day. Hunger is not an option.
Who knew? You could actually eat these kinds of carbs.
Don't go away.
مئة مفتاح و100 رابح.
مفاتيحنا ما بتخلص. أول مرة MBC أعطت 100 مفتاح وهالمرة كمان 100.
$5000 يوميا. أودي Q7 أو BMW X5 أسبوعيا. سبيكة ذهب زينة 2 كيلوغرام شهريا. للاشتراك SMS كلمة مفتاح كي أو كلي إلى الأرقام المبينة على الشاشة. كما بإمكانكم المشاركة بالاتصال بالأرقام المبينة. ولأول مرة بإمكانكم المشاركة من خلال التطبيق على موقع win.mbc.net.
100 مفتاح من MBC. لمين؟ لإلكم.
With Chris Pawell, who is sharing his revolutionary plan to cut your carb cravings in just 7 days. Now, see what happened when we sent Chris to pay a surprise visit to a self-proclaimed carb junkie. Does she sound like you?
I have never met a bread or a potato or a dessert that I didn't like.
Elisa has no idea that I'm here to surprise her, but I hear that her kitchen is stocked full of carbs. So let's go clean it out. Let's go. Elisa!
Oh my God!
How are you doing?
Oh my God!
I hear you've been struggling with your weight, so Dr. Oz sent me over here just to see what's going on.
Okay.
Will you show me around?
Sure, come on.
Okay. If you don't mind, may I start helping you out?
Sure.
Chips, cookies. Oh my gosh. Macaroni and cheese. Okay, I see. You are a carboholic. Why do you eat so many carbohydrates?
It's comfort. It's easy, it's fast, and it's cheap.
Well, this is your drug.
Yeah.
It is. Walk me through just a normal day. Breakfast.
Make up some hash browns, biscuit. Lunch will be a sandwich and chips. And dinner is gonna be a potato there.
Carbs eaten too late, sure to gain weight. If there's one carb that you cannot live
Potatoes.
without. Okay. So what would you say if in 1 week I can help you cut your carbohydrates?
Sounds beautiful.
You're coming back with me to the studio, and I'm going to show you how to cut those carbs and get back in the game.
Thank you, Lisa, for letting us invade your privacy. So on Chris's plan, you have a high carb day and you got a low carb day. What would you like to eat on your high carb day?
My high carb day is I start the morning with some hash browns and some frozen waffles, maybe some biscuits, throw those in there too. A sandwich for lunch with some chips, because I can't eat a sandwich without chips. It's just not normal. For dinner, I'll have some sort of potato. I have to have some sort of potato and a meat.
Well, you got the high carb day worked out well. That's good for you. Have you practiced those high carb days?
That's every day.
So let me ask you, what would you do on a low carb day?
On a low carb day, I'd probably eat a lot of salad.
Salad. I bet that's what most people think.
Yeah.
That low carb days are all about salads.
Yeah.
It's hard to resist carbs, isn't it?
Oh, they're so easy. You come home, you just grab a bag. It's like second nature. You just grab a bag and just sit there and eat. And come on, they taste good. I mean, who doesn't want that?
Chris, Elisa's speaking for a lot of women out there watching right now. So
Sure.
walk us through how you get started if you want to do this high carb, low carb cycling.
Well, I mean, the first thing what you need to do is prepare yourself for success. And so just the educational aspect alone, everything that we even covered today, just understanding how the high carb and the low carb day works, fantastic. But the next thing you want to do is, just take a look at some of the acceptable foods, lean proteins, complex carbohydrates, healthy fats. Go to the grocery store, you can prepare yourself, but that's how to prepare yourself physically for it. It's really important that she prepares herself mentally and emotionally for the journey ahead, because it's important that she sets realistic expectations and a duration for how long her journey is going to take her.
You ready, Elisa?
I'm ready.
All right, when we come back, we're getting started walking through an entire week of Chris's revolutionary plan to cut your carb cravings for good. Stay with us.
Up next, you can still get your carbs, even pasta.
The beauty of it is that you can eat a lot.
The 6-day cycle that's not about depriving you.
Take the carbs out and you put the fats in.
What's on the 7th day?
You won't believe it. Stay with us.
We're back with Chris Pawell and his plan to cut your carb cravings in just 7 days. Now, Chris is going to show us all exactly what you can eat on his plan. And guess what? You still get your carbs. It's the best part. But first off, how much can you actually eat on this plan?
The beauty of it is that you can eat a lot, and you're supposed to eat a lot in order to lose a lot of weight. I know it sounds crazy, but the more you eat, the more you lose.
Well, it's the music to the ears for a lot of our viewers, I suspect.
Yeah, right.
All right, let me give you some basic stuff. What day should you start on? Should you start on a high-carb day or a low-carb day?
Well, we love to start on a high-carb day, just to prime the body, boost that metabolism, and get it ready to drop it into maximum fat loss.
And what day of the week do you typically start the program?
There's no better time to start than now, of course. But you know what? I mean, we can always aim for a Monday because it's just going to give us a really good, clean week to begin with, to take our cycle through, because then, of course, we can always look forward to the end of the week, which we're going to talk about later, right?
Yes, we are going to get to that.
Okay.
That's celebration day.
Yes, it is.
And how many meals per day are you allowed to eat?
So we're looking at 5 meals a day. You want to eat within 30 minutes of waking, which most people, they don't eat breakfast, right? How many breakfast eaters out here? Well, good.
Yeah, but
you
there are
guys are
quite
doing
a
it the
few
right
who are
way.
not.
But there's quite a few people who aren't eating breakfast, and that's just the thing. And so we need everybody, like, if you want to really spike that metabolism, eat within 30 minutes of waking and eat every 3 hours afterward. Every 3 hours. So that's 5 meals in the day.
Yeah. All right, so let's start on the high-carb day. This is the first day of your plan. Let's pretend this. And again, everybody, I'm going to go through these rules here. But the key thing to remember is that you don't have to eat these particular meals. Just follow the rules. So go through them. They're pretty simple.
That's right. So the first thing we want to do is if you take a look at these 5 meals, I mean, each and every one has got a great serving of carbohydrates in there. And these carbohydrates, I mean, that's 87 octane for this metabolic furnace. So this is a big boosting metabolic day right here. So we're going to start off with the breakfast sandwich.
So 1 second. So you have carbohydrates.
Correct. So yeah, each and every meal is going to be proteins.
Yes.
Complex carbohydrates,
right.
All the veggies you want, but we want to keep those fats low because we're already getting a decent amount of calories in here.
Perfect. So, breakfast.
Okay, so here we go. Breakfast, we can start off with a breakfast sandwich here. Look at this. I mean, an English muffin, who knew? You could actually eat these kinds of carbs. And we got some egg whites in there, some tomatoes. I mean, it's an incredible combination. There's so much flavor in here. And a little bit of Mrs. Dash and some herbs and spices, like those, what my friend Rocco calls flavor detonators.
Right.
Which is, it's fantastic. So, once again, breakfast is within how many minutes of waking? 30.
Good job,
They're
Steve.
good. They're really good,
now,
man.
within 3 hours, you're having your snack.
Within 3 hours, you can have a snack, Greek yogurt, which is one of your favorites, of course, with some low-fat granola. Once again, it's a high-carb meal. You got all this granola in here, boosting that metabolism, fueling the body. 3 hours later, we've got chicken tostadas. So we got some corn tortillas. We got some black beans in there. We got some lean chicken. We got some peppers and some onions. I mean, look at this. There's so many colors in here. I mean, big, beautiful meals. That's going to fill you up.
All right. Power snack in the mid-afternoon.
Yes, so we got a whey protein shake, and we blended it with oats here. And it makes such a rich and hearty flavor. And most people, they don't really think to actually blend rolled oats into a chocolate protein shake. It's amazing. And I got to tell you, talk about fueling up the body.
I got to taste this one. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Oh, it's cool.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, it's very
Isn't
good,
that
actually.
awesome?
Yeah. It's got thickness to it. Right. And finally, dinner. You have pasta here. Folks, I'm pointing out there's pasta in your high-carb dinner.
That's right. I mean, like pasta, most people think, oh, my gosh, carbs, I have to cut out everything, and, oh, I got to cut my pasta. Not anymore. No, you don't. Come on. Pasta it's still a great source of carbohydrate, especially your whole grain pastas, brown rice pastas. They're all absolutely fantastic. So here, look at this. It's a beautiful combination of pasta and broccoli and mushrooms with some chicken in there. So once again, we've got that perfect combination of proteins, of carbohydrates, and of veggies.
Perfect. So, high carb we're all clear on. Frankly, a lot of you are good at the high carb days already, as Elisa was earlier. Let's move now to the low carb day. And this is going to be a big opportunity for a lot of you to redefine what low carb means. Now, Lisa actually said salad was her low carb day.
Right.
You're actually going to give it to us in a very different way. So give us the rules and then walk us through a sample day.
All right, so the rules are, as far as timing goes, it's the same. Eat within how many minutes of waking?
30.
30 minutes of waking, and then every how many hours afterward? 3 hours afterward, exactly. So once again, 5 meals in a day. We're going to keep that metabolism going, especially by consistently eating throughout the day. Plus, every 3 hours, we're keeping those blood sugar levels stabilized. So, you know what we're curbing today by eating every 3 hours? Cravings. Yeah. So that sure enough, you know, a lot of times when people cut carbs, they go, oh man, I crave so much. No. We just have to be smart about it. We can manipulate our bodies, these amazing machines. We're in control, guys. That's the best part. So now here's the catch. We do start off with a little bit of carbohydrate in the morning. We've got a tortilla here for these breakfast tacos. Reason being is that a little bit of carbohydrate first thing in the morning, it's going to go to the liver. That, you know, we want to replenish those liver glycogen stores, put our body into a fed state. It boosts the metabolism for the first meal in the morning. Then we transition over. Now we start cutting carbs for the second meal of the day. So 3 hours later, we're going to get that second meal. We've cut carbs now. And why do we cut carbs? Because we want to maximize fat burning. This is when all of a sudden we've got everything burning hot from the high carb day, from the breakfast, and then we crank it all over and we burn fat as fast as we possibly can.
So, getting this straight, so I'm clear on it too, you're getting rid of the carbs and replacing it with fats for the rest of the day.
That's exactly it. So each and every meal here is going to be a combination of proteins, of healthy fats, of all the veggies you can eat. You take the carbs out and you put the fats in. So now this is a chocolate protein shake with peanut butter in it. Blend a little, come on, peanut butter and chocolate. You can't go wrong there, right?
Oh, this is so good. This is not diet food.
No, exactly. It's awesome.
All right. Lunch, avocado, healthy fat.
Absolutely.
The vegetables you mentioned earlier.
Absolutely.
No carbs.
No carbs. And you know, it's one of the best tricks in the book is instead of a tortilla, wrap it in lettuce. It gives it a wonderful little crunch, and the flavor is amazing. We call these the Asian wraps here, which is amazing. Peanut butter. I mean, everybody loves peanut butter, right? It's incredible. So we got good old-fashioned peanut butter and celery. You know, you can make ants on a log, except without the raisins. Well, you got to cut the raisins because those are carbs. But once again, peanut butter and celery, plus a cheese stick, which is perfect.
Right.
Great source of protein, great source of fat. We got some veggies right there to help keep you full. That's going to hold you for three more hours until dinner. And steak. Come on, guys. We got cheese, we got peanut butter, we got steak on a low-carb diet. Come on. Yeah.
Tell me, listen, we're taking the carbs away, but we get steak back. It's a good trade-off.
That's exactly it. And so the beauty of it is that, you know, there are so many incredible combinations on high-carb days. There's so many incredible combinations on low-carb days, and you can get as creative with it as you want, but no matter what, you're always going to look forward to one day or the other. But best of all is that we're in control, and now we're completely manipulating our body to maximize fat loss.
Yeah. Is this cycling making sense to everybody? Right? High carb, low carb, cycling back again. We went through this for a couple of reasons. It's very, for me, scientifically sound. Alicia, are you eating already? I caught her with food in her mouth. I was going to ask you if this is doable, but I guess it's doable.
Oh, yeah, especially if I can have steak.
Yes. So the real question is, could you do this for 7 days? Because that's what it takes. We're asking you for 1 week, folks. That's what Chris is saying. We need 1 week to shift you, to transform you, to get your body used to that cycling back and forth so you'll naturally shed those pounds.
Yes, 7 days is a good basic commitment. It's not that hard.
Well, so what we're going to do, we're going to put all of Chris's recipes on DrOz.com, use them. We gave you the rules today, adjust it for yourself as well. What I love about this program is it's simple. You don't have to measure everything. You cycle through it, and it will work. You can do this for 6 days. For 6 days, right? 3 of each. But that leaves a 7th day.
Oh.
What's on the 7th day?
That's your guilt-free day.
Ooh.
It is cheat day.
Coming up, it's cheat day, which Chris says is the most important day on his plan. Find out what you get to eat. You're not going to want to miss this. Stay with us.
Up next,
If you can eat anything you want,
your cheat day is here. You won't believe what you can get away with
It's like a turbo booster for the metabolism.
4 rules for how you can actually cheat.
and still lose weight.
I just can't wait till that cheat day.
And later, need motivation? Proof that it's all worth it. Don't go away.
We're back with Chris Pawell going through his revolutionary plan to cut your carb cravings, and we're about to reveal day 7, which I have a feeling a lot of you are going to like a lot. Now, we're joined by Lisa and fellow carb lovers, April and Diane. Let me ask all 3 of you. If you could eat anything you wanted, anything with no limitations, and still lose weight, Lisa, we'll start with you. What would you eat?
Well, my favorite Sunday meal when I'd come home from church would be on fried chicken Sundays. fried chicken, some sort of potato, a biscuit, and of course a brownie.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
April, how about you?
Growing up with an Italian background, I love my pasta. So my favorite would be my stuffed shells.
Ooh.
Have to have the garlic bread and a cannoli.
A cannoli. My wife's family big into cannolis.
I love my cannolis.
And Diane, how about you? Again, you can eat anything you want and still lose weight.
These are a great meal, great to start with, but I have to say my grandma's apple crumb warmed.
Ooh.
Ice cream, whipped cream, chocolate chips on the side to die
It
for.
does look good. They all look good. Well, guess what? Turns out, Chris argues, and I think he's right, you can have all of this if you want on Chris's plan if you do it on his cheat day. So the key is the cheat day. What is it all about? How does it work? So Chris, explain it to everybody.
Sure. Well, the biggest thing with the cheat day is that it satisfies that emotional and psychological need. I mean, it's pretty, like, no diet is truly sustainable if you feel deprived, if you feel restricted. I mean, you can do it for a certain amount of time, and then sure enough, willpower only lasts so long, and as soon as you give in, it's almost like that dam breaks and the floodwaters are released and it's go time. And then, of course, that's when the depression and the frustration and all that starts to overflow, and diet's out the window. So that's why the cheat day is so important emotionally and psychologically, but physically, it's also fantastic because anytime that you're at a calorie deficit, the body will slowly try to adapt by slowing that metabolism as well. And when you're losing weight, you're at a deficit. So as the body starts to slow it, it's really important that we throw a little curveball at the body, trick it just a little bit, and bring those calories up to maintenance or even beyond maintenance level, which is going to help boost that metabolism anymore. I mean, we talk about the high carb day boosting metabolism. This cheat day boosts metabolism. It's like a turbo booster for the metabolism. And then when you drop it back in to the low carb day, oh my gosh, I mean, you are a grade A fat burning furnace that day. It's cool stuff. Isn't that neat?
I mean, it's very convincing, but I got to say, obviously, if you eat all this every day, we can have a little bit of a problem here.
Right.
So Chris has 4 rules. 4 rules for how you can actually cheat and still lose weight. This is the important part, folks. You understand how to cheat. I get that part.
Yes.
So rule number one is you can cheat up to 1,000 extra calories on top of what you normally would eat. So, Chris, explain that.
Well, yeah, and 1,000 calories, that's a significant amount. And so, say as you've restricted your calories, I mean, you're consuming 1,400, 1,500 calories. You can boost that up to 2,500 calories. But the best thing, I mean, 1,000 calories, that's a lot. That's a lot of different foods. And so when, say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as you're going through your cycle, start thinking about some of the foods that you really want to enjoy. Start writing them down and enjoy this, because 1,000 calories, that's plenty.
But I love the idea of midway through the week when you're having a difficult day, maybe one of those low-carb days, you can actually start making your list of what you're going to cheat with.
Yeah.
And with 1,000 as a limit, of course. It's something that I think a lot of folks would get into. Make sense?
Yes.
Is it helpful?
I just can't wait till that cheat day.
All right. Rule number 2, you got to cheat at breakfast and lunch. Ooh. Why not dinner, Chris?
Well, you want to avoid it, just overloading it on that 5th meal, because, dinner and beyond, that's what we call the red zone between, 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock at night. You're much more susceptible to hypno-binging. And before you know it, 1,000 calories turns into 3,000 calories. So, yeah, we definitely want to avoid that.
Rule number 3 is an important one, is you cheat at a table. What does that mean, and why is that so important?
Yeah, it might sound funny, but believe it or not, I mean, how many times do you drive through the drive-thru, before you know it, you're eating in the car and you're driving, or you're sitting in front of the TV, once again, going back to that hypno-binging. But guys, this is your cheat day. Enjoy it. Sit down at a table and really savor every single bite, because you earned it.
And the 4th rule, which is an important one because we don't want this spilling over to your other days, is no leftovers allowed. Be specific about this, Chris.
Very, very important. And that's why, let's be honest. If the food's in your house, you're going to eat it. Yeah. And you're going to eat it on the days you're not supposed to eat it. And when you have that cheat day, go to a restaurant, enjoy it. Or go to even a convenience store if you need to, and then bring it back home, eat it at the table. But please get rid of those leftovers, just for your own sake.
Oh, they'll be gone.
They'll be gone. You can take your cheat day food with you today. Thank you for sharing your stories with us. Up next, Chris reveals his secret weapon to burn carbs. And all you need is 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Stay here.
يوما ما سأحلق نحو السماء وألمع كالنجمة.
حلم الشباب اليوم 5 KSA على MBC 4.
الآن مع عالم التسوق نعطيك أفضل المنتجات بضمان استرجاع خلال 30 يوماً. منتجاتنا مختارة عالمياً لجودتها العالية وفقط لدينا في الشرق الأوسط.
حلو.
طلبك سيكون بين يديك خلال 48 ساعة، والطلب هاتفياً أو على الإنترنت.
ولا أسهل.
خدمة زبائن مميزة لضمان راحتك. عالم التسوق من الساعة 12 ظهراً KSA على MBC 4.
ابتسامتك علينا.
Chris Pawell, he has a 5-minute workout to burn carbs, and he has brought in his secret weapon. I want you to meet the personal trainer who keeps Chris in shape. She also happens to be his wife, Heidi Pawell.
Hi.
Welcome to you, Heidi.
Thank you.
So what's it like having 2 personal trainers in the same household?
Oh, it's crazy. As you can imagine, we cycle a lot and we do lots of exercising. There's a lot going on in our house. Actually, it's amazing. We share the same passion in life, and he's just doing the same thing that I'm doing, but he's across the country working with the people. Yeah. I'm at home in our Arizona boot camp, and we're just sharing secrets and our experiences and loving it and growing closer together.
Well, good for you.
I feel like the luckiest woman alive.
You don't do push-up competitions or anything like that?
Well, push-ups, okay, so I've resigned to the fact that his body is built for more push-ups than me, but when it comes to sit-ups and running...
Oh, come on. Really? Really?
Just saying. I'm just saying.
It's true. It's true.
So, you got 5 minutes.
Yes.
That's what we promised everybody.
Yep.
And that's what you apparently take to get us to shape up the right way. So how does it work?
Well, 5 minutes, we do something we call a shaper. And a shaper spikes the heart rate, and it shapes and develops the muscle. And we know that the more muscle we have, the more fat we burn. So here we go. You ready?
Yep.
We boost metabolism. So
yeah, 4 shapers, 4 shaper exercises.
4 shaper exercises. Okay.
And can I say one thing? You've created a 5-minute video. We're going to put it on DrOz.com. You can all take this on your own. You don't have to do it with us, but you're going to show us those moves right now. So go ahead.
We are. Okay, so the very first move that we're going to do is called a dive bomber. So we're going to get down into a push-up position, hands a little bit wider than the shoulders. Make sure that you're nice and stable with those feet. Now, we're going to actually dive bomb down to the ground. We're going to pike it all the way back, swoop down low, get down as low as you can, let that back go into extension, then we push it all the way back. And then we do it again. Now, for you yoga buffs, it's going to look like upward facing dog and downward facing dog, right? However, if we keep doing this, let me tell you, it's a workout for the chest, the shoulders, and the triceps.
And this is the easier version. You go on your knees, and you dive down.
That is a little better.
You guys, I'll just stay up on my toes over here.
Okay. All right, now next you get the squat jack. What's that?
So Heidi's going to talk us through that.
Okay, it's an advanced jumping jack, but we're going to add a squat. So we're going to squat to the ground and jump up. And you just do as many as you can. Jump. And deep squat. Deeper. Come on,
Deeper.
guys.
Come on, Chris.
All right.
Good job, guys.
And then, so you do a bunch of those.
There's a modified version, too. You can just step out, squat, and stand back up. Step out and squat and stand back up.
Yeah, without the jumping. That's
without
good.
the jumping, yeah.
All right, the third exercise is called the knees to elbows.
Knees to elbows. Now we're going to focus on that core, right? So on your back, facing up. Now, we're going to extend the arms and the legs overhead. As we bring them together, we're going to bring our left elbow to our right knee here. We're going to extend back out. We're going to bring the right elbow to the left knee here and extend back out. Back and forth. That's it.
Is there an easier version of this for folks?
You know, easier.
Just watch your friends.
You just kind of leave your upper body on the ground if you want a little easier, just here.
All right, and the final one is called the mountain climber, which sounds painful.
I'm going to let Heidi handle this one.
You're going to, yeah, I better. So mountain climbers, you're going to go in a plank position. You're using your shoulders to stabilize. You're going to spike the heart rate again by jumping each foot forward, alternating. Left, right.
I was right.
Right. Good job.
Oh, boy, I'm feeling these.
Do you do each of these for about a minute? Is that right?
For about a minute, yes. And for a modified version, you just step the right leg up, left leg to the chest. Right leg to the chest, left leg to the chest. Good job.
Not
You
bad?
got it.
All right, you guys are wonderful. Thanks for making the video for DrOz.com. The full 5-minute workout will burn your carbs on DrOz.com. Try it out, see if it works for you. Share it with your friends. You can catch a whole new season of Extreme Makeover Weight Loss Edition on ABC next summer. Up next, the best motivation to lose weight. You don't want to miss it.
Up next,
I want you to hear from people just like you who've gotten to their goal weight.
incredible success stories.
I get to rock climb on a regular basis. Life has never been better.
Start with 7 days and see where it takes you. Coming up.
Today, we have been talking about the biggest secrets to losing weight. Now, I know it can be hard when you're in it day to day trying to reach your goals, but I promise you it is worth it. So now, to help motivate you, I want you to hear from people just like you who've gotten to their goal weight. I asked them to send me videos of the amazing ways getting healthy has changed their lives.
The best part about losing 102 pounds was finally being able to go on my dream vacation to the Bahamas and wear a 2-piece bikini.
The greatest thing about hitting my weight loss goal is finally working up the courage to audition for my first acting role. And guess what? I got the part.
The most memorable thing that I did when I lost half my body weight is I climbed to the top of the Empire State Building. That's 1,572 stairs, which is 86 floors, and I did it in 22 minutes.
The best part about losing 175 pounds is getting my confidence back. It was the push I needed to start dating again.
The best part about hitting my weight loss goal is now I finally have the courage to sing in my church choir.
I am now the athlete that I never thought I could be. I get to rock climb on a regular basis. Life has never been better.
My daughter's wedding inspired me to lose 60 pounds. It meant the world to me to have the energy to be able to dance with my daughter on her special day.
Isn't that fabulous? That's great. All right. I am so proud of all of my viewers. I hope they've given you the motivation to use the tools you've learned today to get healthy. Now remember, just start with 7 days. Just 7 days. You can do this. I'll see you next time.